I am coming to you from Trademark Hotel, where Moto Books and Arts Festival has been running from the 21st to the 24th of this month. Now marking World Book and Copyright Day, the event was all about reigniting the reading culture. This first edition ran with the theme Firing Up African Culture. Let's see how it went down.
My name is Masi Kibira, the co-founder and director of Moto Festivals and also the co-founder of Half Price Books. Moto means fire. So we believe that African literature, we were at the periphery for the longest time, but now we are the global scene. So we have to keep firing up. The fire is there already, so it's keeping firing up African literature. And we wanted to bring together people in the literature ecosystem, that is authors, publishers, and cultural and art enthusiasts.
My name is Teddy Warrior. I'm the author of Son of the Nile and I Am From, which is a monograph about my life. It's a story of my genealogy and finding purpose in my genealogy and in the places that I've called home over the last 40 years.
Hi, my name is Nana Darkwas Sichema. I'm an African feminist, a writer, and a communication strategist. I'm also an author of the book, The Sex Lives of African Women.
The Son of the Nile.
It's a super important, It's an expansion of the African literary ecosystem. We need festivals to actually get to know writers, to meet them, to interact with them face to face, to hear readings from them, to ask them questions. There's nothing, I'm a writer, but I'm also a lover of books. There's nothing like getting to meet an author, getting to ask her all the questions that were in your mind as you were reading her book. And I think it helps us as writers to develop, it helps people to get to know our books. There's so many people who've said to me, oh, because I heard you speak yesterday, I'm going to buy your book. So it actually supports our careers as writers. And I think this festival is great, and I'm really excited that it's going to be a new annual festival on the continent. We need more of such festivals.
Dear girl child, mwanaume akikwambia kwako amepata jiko, mwambie wewe ni gas, utampatia pressure. Hai make sense utoke shule mahali kuna school moto, ukapigwe na baridi ya kubeba mtoto.
I'd say Kenyans read. And we need to shift from the narrative that Kenyans don't read. Because you can see so many bookstores, there are so many upcoming bookstores. Why? Because Kenyans are embracing reading, they're embracing books. And we have the audiobooks, we have the ebooks. And one thing we've noted is readers want that experience. They want to smell the book, they want to hold, they want to touch a book. And so physical books are doing quite well. And hard copy books are doing quite well. And Kenyans read. The question, I think you should not say Kenyans don't read. Anyone should not say Kenyans don't read. You should ask yourself, do I read myself? Or I'm not reading, I don't read.
If Africans don't read, why do we have so many book clubs? There's so many book clubs. I've spoken to so many book clubs in Kenya, in Zambia, in Nigeria, in Ghana. We're clearly reading. We just need more stories that we can relate to, that are written by African people with us in mind.
Life ni process. Waambie unataka certificate ya shule kabla hujaunda birth certificate, na wakikusumbua zaidi chukua pencil na karatasi wachore.
So Africans for a long time have actually been embracing the African languages, which are the channels that they use to share stories, and stories have a saving grace that have helped Africans even in the difficult times. The more difficult times are, the more stories an African tells. So given that we've just gone through Corona, the pandemic and all that, it gave people time to reflect and think and go deep within themselves to realize the stories that they hold in among themselves.
I think you can absolutely make money as an African writer. And, it's also challenging because at the same time, the industry doesn't treat us the same way they treat writers from other continents, So you just have to be really strategic I think it's important to get an agent, someone who can get you a really good deal for your book. It's important not to sell all your rights to one publisher, to sell rights by region. In my case, I first sold UK and Commonwealth rights, then I sold North American rights. My agent is trying to sell translation rights, trying to sell film and TV rights, and the more rights you sell, the more money you make. So it is possible to make money, but we need that whole industry that supports us. And on the continent, we don't really have African agents as far as I know. So usually when you're getting an agent, you're getting somebody abroad. And I think this is where we need the industry to grow so that we have Africans in every aspect of the literary ecosystem.
So my challenge to Kenyans is for each of them to write their own I am from poem, which they can trace their genealogy or roots and put it down on paper so that they can pass it on to posterity. Rather than just talking to people about their genealogy, they can as well put it down on paper so that the next generation will find it easier and so that we don't lose this information. Because the more we have that is written down, either in the form of poems, stories, books, mini memoirs, the better we become.
If you love writing, just continue to invest in your craft, continue to write, continue to read. You can be a great writer if you don't read, and keep at it and you will get there.
So I'm very happy that this will cultivate the culture of reading, but you don't make people read by telling them that you must read. You make and help people read by creating experiences like Moto, Books and Arts Festival, so that they can come to such a festival and explore the books and the arts displayed so that they can imagine more and imagine better. When you imagine more and imagine better, you want to create new things, and writing what you have experienced and seen helps you to create a new world and a better Kenya.
Man, we've come to the end of the show, and I want to send a big shout out to everybody who has been tuned in, Manzea. You guys have been showing us, too much love, too much energy, and we do appreciate.
We always appreciate you guys.
Man, we cannot end the show without wrap up.
Yes, and our wrap-up song of the week is Chris Kaiga and Fenagitu's Majaliwa. Now, this is a song that has featured two amazing artists, so you definitely know that it's going to be a fire one. This is where we call it a wrap. I have been your host, Vivian Dego. You can simply call me Miss V.
Jack Muller, the party daddy, aka your girlfriend, got my number.
And you know what they say, if you did not see it on Grapevine,
then it most probably never happened. Adios.